Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is coopzilla, and I am going to be bringing you another StarCraft 2 broadcast. I am going to be doing, actually, the person who just messaged right here, a 2v2 with warexposer and myself, coopzilla, playing against, we have Yub and Average Joe. So 2 Protosses and 2 Terrans. I do remember that I do remember playing this. Let's just speed it up a little bit. But I don't remember what happened. The thing I remember about it is that it was pretty epic when the battles happened. But the battles were few and far in between. We just kind of like massed up. Oh yes, I do remember. Terran is definitely not my main race. Zerg is my main race, but when I play 4v4s and 3v3s and things like that, I like to go random just because it kind of throws a mix in it. I like to be able to, work all the units of everybody, and so I decide to cheese the crap out of them. I've seen people do this, and keep in mind, let's just slow this down just a tad bit. Keep in mind, I am not good Terran. I'm probably like a silver or gold level Terran, and definitely not. The worst part about my Terran is the macro. I just can't seem to get the macro down. But warexposer over here is a player that I play with quite a bit. Every time he messages me, I accept the invitation to join him in battle, and we go ahead, and usually we win a few, lose a few, but it's all fun. And yeah, so let's watch this game. Average Joe and Yub, I'm not sure what ranks they were, but it's definitely not pro level gaming by any means whatsoever, especially for my part. So we will just see how this little thing goes. I am massing up a few Marines. I did build a bunker down in between their bases, and I'm like, hey man, I think it's time to push up. I'm gonna see exactly what's just going on. And meanwhile, you can see my minerals crawling up. No macro. I'm not building anything out of these guys. That's bad on me. I do start my bunker, and I have these 4, and so I'm feeling pretty good. They killed off the stalker. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm focused down a gateway. I guess that would be productive. I could have gone for the Marines and caused some economic damage, but no. Not only is my macro bad, my micro is even worse. But the bunker is almost finished. I can't put anything in the bunker because I haven't been macroing. That's just how good I am. And they're like, oh yeah, I have all those minerals. Let me just queue up 5 Marines. And so I have Marines in here just for protection, but nothing else. I don't even know if they know about this. Lol, that's clever. Let's see. How can I... Oh, okay, so they know. They probably saw it. I don't know if he was being serious or sarcastic. Hope he's being sarcastic. If that's the first time he's seen that, then he just hasn't been watching enough Husky or something. But anyways, let's just see what's going on. So my macro is impeccable already. 7 minutes in the game, floating 1,300 minerals. I just don't even know what to do. As a Terran player, you have to build a ton of buildings, and Protoss, you have to build just a ton of buildings, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to having just, 2 or 3. See, look at all these bunkers going down because I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, awesome. I used to use all of my... I have like no SEVs mining right now. Anyways, what I was saying is I usually am playing Zerg, and so, I just have like a ton of hatcheries. I inject, and then all at once I can rebuild everything. I do try to keep the cheese up, but he is too smart for that. He has a supply depot going to catch that. He brings these guys down. I think I even saved these bunkers, or these barracks. Yep, flip them off, float them away. And as for our players, he has a handful of stalkers, handful of Marines. I'm not sure if the blue player was Average Joe was going for Marines in when he started the game, But he putting a missile turret there. Don't want any pesky barracks floating away. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know if he was going for Marines, but he is definitely has a lot. No upgrades or anything. Do I even have? I do have bolts, and I am building a bunch of tech labs. Nothing on this one though. And I'm starting to pump out of Marines. I'm a little bit better on my macro. It's the minerals are down, but that could be because I just don't have a lot of SCVs or anything. Let's just look at the income tab, just see what's going on for all these peeps out here. We have, let's see, what color am I? Purple, and War Exposer is, so War Exposer is beating me in the harvester count. That is good for him. I'm actually losing completely. And you know what? That's actually usually the case when you do try to choose someone. Unless you're just impeccable macro back at home, your harvester count goes down. So we are the losing team in the harvester count, so hopefully we just don't let that slip. But we are expanding as they are not. So we are ahead of the game a little bit, and by we, I mean War Exposer. He is on the game, I am not on the game. And they are moving out with the tiny little scout. This could be to throw down a proxy pylon or something like that. We'll just see what this little probe decides to do. I have my little handful of Marines sitting hanging out by a scantipede. Not a centipede, a scantipede, because it's kind of like a lobster or a crawdad mixed with the centipede. So they decided to call it scantipede because I guess that's what it would do. And I wanted to float these barracks back to my base, but you know, there's something in the way. I don't know if I could get past all these bodyguard Marines blocking the entrance back home. I'm like Dorothy anyway, so I just want to go home. But I have all these barracks and quite a bit of gas, and I just don't know what to do with it. So I'm getting double upgrades, and I'm getting my factory because I know that I do want a starport eventually for medevacs, and I do want an armory because I learned as I started playing random with Terran, you have to get an armory to get your CS. You need an armory for your level 2 upgrades. So I need that because I want to have 3 Marines with all their upgrades done. And to my surprise, a bunch of stalkers and equally bunch of Marines are moving out against our, I do like the sentries, and the zealots will be great against the Marines, and if they can get some surrounds on stalkers, they will also be great. My Marines though, hopefully they don't get out of place. Do I have stim? I do have stim, so I do stim, and I have a great concave here. Almost all of my Marines are shooting. I scoot up a little bit just so they could get them all, and their Marines aren't even being shot yet, but we did take out all of the stalkers. The zealot was in the back not doing anything, and the sentry, dang it, I wasn't really paying attention. I don't think a guardian shield or anything from the sentry went down. But if that did, you know, it provides a lot of armor. I think it's 2 armor versus each little bullet that comes out of these Marines. And so as they do, a lot of bullets come out. It just makes each bullet almost worthless. So Marines do very little damage, especially if you have your upgrade armor, which is finishing right about now. And so I think I start getting them right away. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't have an. Oh, I do have an armory. So I'm getting my. I am expanding, and I am fumbling all my words. I go blue, 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 and War Exposer over here. That little beautiful man he has the gold and is busily mining away. Let's check out the income harvester tab. Oh, mama! That, my friends, is how you get ahead in life. And by life I mean StarCraft too. But what's the difference really? For me, not that much. 42 harvesters. We are all at a measly 28, 27, 26, and I am still in the losing. And I'm almost, I'm starting to get mined out. You know, I've mined out a couple of these mineral patches, one of them at least. And I'm not doing that great on my macro. You can see I have 150 energy saved up in my orbital command. You'll see that once this floats down, I'll just dump a million little mules down there. I did drop one up here, even though I don't want to harvest out all of my minerals all at once. And War Exposer wants me to scan to see what kind of tech he's going, and we can see not much. You know, he does have a few tanks. He did research siege, and he is researching combat shields. It looks like he already did stim, and he's just kind of going the mass marines and tanks, which is pretty good. You know, marines do anti-air, and tanks sieged up do great against anything on the ground, as long as they can outrange you, you know. And which I am going is marines. They will be great against marines, and so I'm starting to get medevacs drop ships. They're actually called medevacs, people. I'm starting to get drop ships out. I'm going to want to put down a reactor so I can produce 2 at a time, because I am doing pretty good on my macro. As for warexposer, even though he has a lot of minerals and a lot of harvesters mining, he could build, with this many minerals, maybe even like 4 to maybe another robotics, and maybe 4 to 5 additional, 4 to 5 additional gateways. So we are going down here. I try to get a miniature flank, get a little bit better position. I could scoop my guys up. You see some in the back aren't shooting. I do want to avoid these tanks because they do so much damage. Warexposer taking most of the blunt damage, just jumping in there with all his guts and mighty glory. And now they're shelling away at our photon cannons. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off and get away with doing anything. But we do move in. We do have some zealots to take up the damage. We decided to move in because the tanks were unsieged. I stim and run away, trying to get away from anything that's going on. I do have some marines sitting over here. I don't know how we're going to be able to get around this. I want to attack when the tanks are unsieged. You see I'm just kind of kiting around at the very edge of the bubble. I don't want to be inside that because that's when the tanks start firing. He does have, warexposer has a Colossus out. That'll do great against these marines. We will see they just melt away like butter. Butter, people. And so they are moving up. Average Joe keeps his tanks there for good measure, and I know that they are out of range. We do see that they are down. I siege up and I focus fire them down because no tank is my friend. And we are able to take this out. It looks like they're pushing back. I thought so. So we were able to hold that off. You know, that was kind of crazy. I was busily producing out of all these. I think I have enough barracks. Maybe I could do with 1 more. And well, no, yeah, I think I could do with 1 or 2 more even. And warexposer still needs to build a little bit more per unit producing buildings so he could keep his money down. Ooh, sneaky little girl. Clever girl. Yub over here has grabbed the gold expansion, and he is busy mining away, and as well as Average Joe. So once again, I am at the low tier, only 31. I'm not producing any, but that's also because I'm completely mined out up here, pretty much. There's nothing really I could do about it. I need to expand again. And the massive probe transfer, I wish we could have caught this. See, if we had this guy, we could have. Looking back, ooh my, that's just learning experience for us all. I'm not the best at 2v2. Actually, 2v2 is probably my worst matchup. Is this a, what is that red dot? If you have HD, you might be able to see that. It looks like a red dot. Maybe it's just the cyan and the purple mixing together. It doesn't really do that. But anyways, we have like a little yin-yang going down here on the mini-map. And we're just kind of messing up. We have quite a bit of Colossus. Let's see what the upgrades are going over here. We have 1-1. We have 2-2 on the way. Where's his forge? There's his forge. Ah, beautiful. 2 is on the way. And as for me, I am doing fairly good, keeping the minerals down. Let's check on our other players. You know, looks like he's doing pretty well. Keeping a lot of marines in. Oh my. How's his upgrades? We have 1-1. Am I beating them both? I have 2-2? Yes. And 3 is on the way. Ooh, almost done as well. That's great. That's probably how this actually turned out. Ooh my, we all got some upgrades going on. It looks like Yub is taking